Imagine your money has an expiration date. You have to spend it by Friday or it disappears, gone, deleted, poof. Imagine the government can see every purchase you make, every coffee, every donation, every transaction tracked, recorded, analyzed in real time. Imagine your money only works at certain stores. You can't buy meat because you've exceeded your carbon allowance. You can't buy gas because the algorithm decided you've driven too much this month. You can't donate to certain organizations because your social credit score doesn't permit it. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a dystopian novel. This is central bank digital currencies, and they're coming faster than you think. By the end of this video, you'll understand why CBDCs represent the most dangerous evolution of money in human history, why they're not about convenience or efficiency, why they're about control, total control, permanent control, and why once the system is in place, financial freedom becomes a historical artifact. Let me show you what's really happening while everyone's distracted by the next crisis. Right now, over 100 countries are developing or testing central bank digital currencies. China already has the digital yuan fully operational in major cities. Europe is moving forward with the digital euro. The Federal Reserve is actively researching a digital dollar. They tell you it's about modernization, making payments faster, reducing crime, fighting money laundering and terrorism financing, helping the unbanked access financial services. All of it sounds reasonable. All of it sounds beneficial. All of it is a lie designed to hide the real agenda. Because once money becomes completely digital, completely traceable, completely programmable, it stops being money and becomes a leash. Here's how it works. Right now, when you hold cash, you have privacy. You have autonomy, you have freedom. If you want to buy something, you buy it. The government doesn't know. Banks don't know. Corporations don't know. It's your money, your choice, your business. With CBDCs, every transaction runs through a central ledger controlled by the government. Every purchase is recorded. Every payment is monitored. Every financial decision is visible to the state. They know what you buy, where you buy it, when you buy it, how much you spend, how much you save, who you send money to, who sends money to you. This isn't banking. This is surveillance. Financial surveillance that would make Orwell's 1984 look like amateur hour. But it gets darker. Because surveillance is just the foundation. The real power comes from programmability. With physical cash, money is neutral. A dollar is a dollar. It works everywhere. It buys anything. It doesn't care who you are, what you believe, or what you want to purchase. With programmable digital currency, money becomes conditional. It comes with rules, restrictions, permissions, expiration dates. The government can program your money to only work in certain places, only buy certain things, only last for certain amounts of time. Let me give you examples of what's already being tested. China's digital yuan has built-in expiration dates. The government gives stimulus payments that must be spent within days or they disappear. You can't save them. You can't invest them. You must consume immediately or lose them. Why would they do this? Because it forces spending. It prevents saving. It keeps you dependent on the next payment. It eliminates your ability to build a financial buffer that gives you independence. But that's just the beginning. Because once money is programmable, the possibilities for control are endless. Carbon credit systems. The government decides you've consumed too much energy this month. Your money stops working for gas, electricity, or any carbon-intensive products. Dietary restrictions. The algorithm notices you're buying too much red meat or sugar. Your money gets restricted to approved healthy foods only. Geographic limitations. Your money only works within your designated zone. You need permission to spend outside your area. Behavioral scoring. Like China's social credit system, your financial access depends on your compliance. Wrong opinions, restricted funds, unapproved activities, frozen account, dissent, financial exile. This sounds extreme. It sounds impossible. But it's already happening in China, and it's being studied in every Western country right now. The European Central Bank published papers discussing the benefits of programmable euro. The World Economic Forum openly advocates for CBDCs with social and environmental controls built in. They're not hiding it. They're telling you exactly what they plan to do, and they're counting on you being too distracted or too comfortable to resist. Here's what people miss about this technology. It's not just about monitoring your spending. It's about controlling your behavior. When your money can be turned off, you can be controlled. When your money can expire, you can't plan for the future. When your money can be restricted, you can't live freely. This is financial feudalism, a system where the state owns your money and graciously allows you to use it under conditions they set and can change at any moment. You become a serf, a digital peasant. Your wealth isn't yours. It's a permission granted by authority that can be revoked for any reason or no reason at all. Now let me show you how they'll sell this to the public, because the marketing is already being tested. They'll say it's about safety, protecting you from fraud and cybercrime. Your digital wallet is more secure than physical cash that can be stolen. They'll say it's about inclusion. Bringing financial services to people without bank accounts, making the economy more accessible. They'll say it's about efficiency, instant payments, no fees, seamless integration with modern life. And for most people, this will sound great, because most people don't think about the implications. They think about convenience. They'll adopt CBDCs the same way they adopted social media, free and easy, until they realize they're the product being harvested. The early adoption will be voluntary. They'll offer incentives, bonus payments, tax benefits, lower interest rates, exclusive access to services. They'll make it attractive. They'll make it normal. They'll make it seem like the obvious choice. And slowly, cash will disappear, not because it's outlawed immediately, but because it becomes inconvenient. Fewer places accept it. Banks stop handling it. ATMs disappear. Within a decade, maybe less, cash becomes obsolete. And once it's gone, once the entire monetary system is digital and centralized, the trap closes, because at that point, you have no alternative, no escape, no option to opt out. Your money exists only in their system, under their rules, subject to their control. And here's the most terrifying part. This control can be implemented instantly, automatically, without warning. With physical cash, if the government wants to freeze your assets, they need court orders. They need to physically seize your accounts. There's process, there's visibility, there's resistance possible. With CBDCs, freezing your account is a keystroke. Deleting your balance is a line of code. Restricting your spending is an algorithm update. No judges, no due process, no appeals. Your financial life can be ended in milliseconds by an automated system or a bureaucrat's decision. Think I'm exaggerating? Look at what happened in Canada in 2022. Truckers protested COVID mandates. They organized a peaceful convoy. Citizens donated to support them. The Canadian government didn't like this, so they invoked emergency powers and froze the bank accounts of protesters and donors, people who committed no crime, people who simply exercised what they thought was free speech and freedom of assembly. Their accounts were frozen. Their financial lives were destroyed. Many couldn't pay mortgages, buy food, or access their own money. This happened in a Western democracy, in Canada, with a current banking system that still has some checks and balances. Now imagine that same scenario with CBDCs. No court orders needed, no bank compliance required. No public backlash possible because by the time you know your account is frozen, you're already powerless. The government decides you're problematic. Your wallet stops working, instantly, completely, irreversibly until they decide otherwise. This is the future they're building. And they're building it with your consent because they're packaging it as progress. But let me give you the historical perspective, because this isn't new. The technology is new. The control mechanism is ancient. Every tyranny in history has tried to control money, because controlling money is controlling behavior. And controlling behavior is controlling people. Rome debased currency to fund empire. Medieval lords controlled who could trade and in what. Communist regimes nationalized all property and centralized all economic decisions. The method changes. The goal remains the same. Total control over economic activity means total control over human action. CBDCs are just the newest, most sophisticated version of this eternal playbook. Except this time, the technology makes it inescapable. You can't hide gold from metal detectors. But at least gold can exist outside the system. You can't hide digital currency from a centralized ledger, because if it's not in the ledger, it doesn't exist. This is the difference between CBDCs and every previous form of monetary control. It's complete, it's instant, it's automated, and it's permanent. So what do? How do you resist a system that's being built with the momentum of every major government and financial institution on the planet? First, you understand that adoption is a choice. Even when they make it inconvenient, even when they offer incentives, you retain the power to say no. Keep using cash as long as it exists. Support businesses that accept cash. Demand the option to transact outside digital surveillance. Second, you move wealth into assets they can't program. Physical gold and silver, land, commodities, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that exist outside centralized control. Yes, cryptocurrencies have their own issues, but decentralized systems at least offer an alternative to government-controlled money. They preserve the possibility of transactions outside state surveillance. Third, you build parallel systems, local networks, barter arrangements, community currencies, anything that reduces dependence on the centralized digital system. The goal isn't to opt out of modern life. The goal is to maintain alternatives, to preserve choice, to ensure that when the digital cage closes, you're not locked inside. Because, make no mistake, this is coming. The infrastructure is being built right now. The legal frameworks are being established. The public conditioning is underway. Within 5 years, maybe 10, CBDCs will be the dominant form of money in most developed countries. And once they're dominant, they'll become mandatory. The window to prepare is closing. The window to build alternatives is narrowing. The window to preserve financial freedom is limited. This isn't pessimism. This is pattern recognition. Every system that centralizes power eventually abuses that power. And a system that gives governments complete control over every financial transaction is power centralization at a level that has never existed in human history. In the next video, I'm going to show you the mathematical wall we're hitting in 2027, the 6 stages of systemic collapse, and why we're currently in stage 4 with stage 5 approaching fast. If this video opened your eyes to the digital prison being constructed, leave a comment with these words: "My money, not their permission." Share this with someone who thinks digital currency is just convenient technology. Because convenience is how every prison sells itself before the doors lock. History has the answers. I'm just showing you where to look. See you in the next one.